Oscar BEVIS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global here in Manchester for a double press conference. Started with Scott Quigg versus John O'Carroll on Saturday night. But a little unexpected one, an announcement yesterday for Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin. I'm joined by Mr. Dillian Whyte. First things first, Dillian, how are you? How's 2020 treating you?
I'm good. 2020 is good, mate. Thank you. 2020 is good.
I suppose even better for the fact that I've heard you talking to other people about this. Tyson managed to pick up the WBC. We'll come on to that. First things first. Is it nice that when you've got these big heavyweight announcements and these big fights that finally we can put some spotlight on you now we've got the announcement for your fight?
Yeah, no, it's good to be back in alignment, back in pay-per-view, back in big fights. It's great. It's a good feeling, man, to be back where I belong, you know.
I said this to Eddie and he did agree. Is this the most exciting fight we can make for yourself outside of you and Fury, you and Joshua and you and Deontay?
Yeah, it was either this or Ruiz. Ruiz didn't want it, so Povetkin stepped up to the plate like we knew he would because he's a warrior.
How close were negotiations with you and Andy?
We send him two offers. They didn't accept the offers, so that's his problem.
Do you know any reasoning behind that? Do you feel like perhaps he doesn't want to jump back into a fight of the magnitude?
He didn't want to take two dangerous fights back to back. He wanted a warm-up fight. I think now he's going to fight Chris Arreola, which is like 1,000 years old.
Obviously, Povetkin's a man who's very experienced in the game. Like you said, Chris Arreola is 1,000 years old. Povetkin, not quite 1,000, but 40 years old.
Yeah.
Is it also going to be like a bit of a learning experience for you in there? Because, I mean, Povetkin has been in some major fights.
It is, and he's a good 40 as well. He's not like our old 40. He's a good 40, you know, obviously. If everybody looks after themselves and they keep themselves healthy and stuff, the science has changed. Guys are going longer, and look at Klitschko, how long he reigned for, even at his age. And Povetkin's the same. He's one of those guys where he might reign till he's 45. You know, he just keeps himself in good shape.
Obviously, we've seen Povetkin come up short against Joshua. We've seen him beat Hughie Fury over here. I mean, those two guys, very different styles to yourself. Are you going to look at those fights and take much from them?
No. He's fought enough shorter guys. You know, Fury is tall and he's a bit rangy and he moves around. Joshua is tall and he's not as rangy as what Hughie is, but Joshua is more aggressive, better boxing style and better boxing skills.
Sky have billed it as the battle of the left hooks. I mean, it's both probably the two best left hooks in the division, but it's going to be a lot more than that. What sort of fight are you expecting? Because I mean, the Dillian Weird, maximum violence, as it says in your top, perhaps go to war, and we know Povetkin can take shots as well as dish it out. But are you expecting perhaps, like we saw with him and Hunter, perhaps him to try and box a little bit as well?
Well, let's see, man. You know, he's a good fighter. He can box, he can punch. He's a slugger, so I just have to prepare for all styles. You know what I mean, and see what he comes with. You know, I just have to prepare and see what he does, man. You know, prepare for everything: boxing, moving, fighting, scrapping, and see what he does. I just need to be defensively sharp as well.
I mean, you don't need me to tell you, we know about the WBC situation, but is it nice that there's perhaps a clear path now? Because if Joshua and Fury do their jobs against Pulev and Wilder respectively, they're sort of on course now where they're fighting so near each other that it has to happen, that fight. And then there's a clear path also for you to fight for the title next year. Is that quite refreshing that you finally perhaps have a little bit more clarity?
In every division, there's no clarity, my friend. There's none at all. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. But I'm just glad Fury beat Wilder and the belts is all in the UK. We hold all the power now. You know, hopefully the public and the sanctioning bodies force them into a fight with me.
We know Deontay's going to enact that clause for the third fight. Was you expecting that? I mean, most of us were expecting him to want to get revenge, but do you feel like the fact that he's pretty much almost won 2 rounds of the 19 rounds he faced against Fury, did you expect him to avoid the Fury third fight?
No, he ain't got no choice. You know, promotional pressures, and also he's got the pressure of the TVs and stuff, so he ain't got no choice. You have to take the fight. You haven't got no choice.
We know you was taking tough fights even though you've got this WBC ranking. I mean, theoretically, Deontay Wilder could sort of be out of the picture of the belts for a while if Fury was to beat him again. Is that a fight that you would entertain for the end of the year if Deontay gets beaten again by Tyson?
I just want to fight the best guys. Whoever the best guys are, I just want to fight them, man. Whoever they are, whoever people consider as the best guys, I just want to fight them. You know, whichever one, whichever other.
All right, and just finally, I want to talk to you about Joshua Pulev. We're seeing you in Manchester, Joshua in London. It's good to have the heavyweights, not just the belts over here, but now we've got you guys fighting over here. Joshua Pulev, how does that go?
It's a bit of a fight that it's lost his buzz, isn't it? He was meant to fight Pulev 2 years ago, I think. He's lost his buzz. It's like, it's a mandatory fight, isn't it? It's a mandatory fight. That's what it is, a mandatory fight. Joshua's got the mandatory defending. He's going to defend against the mandatory. That's all. That's all that fight is, a mandatory fight. Sometimes, unfortunately, you have to have mandatory fights. That's it. It's just one of those fights. That's all I can say about it.
Do you think it could be an entertaining clash?
No. Pulev is too negative. Too negative. You know, and he's aged bad as well in the last few years as well.
All right, Dillian, I'm going to let you go because I know there's a couple of other people waiting to speak to you and you've been here a while. Thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Respect.